So today, let's talk about the reasons why even God himself would want you to relocate back to your country, back to Zimbabwe from the diaspora. I'm going to talk to you about all that. And trust me, this is going to be one of my most interesting video that you will ever watch. And I guarantee you, you will like, you will share, and you will subscribe. So let's get into it. Why would God want you to relocate back to your country? God from his throne in heaven is looking down on earth and seeing that his light is being darkened. The salt is losing its taste and his fire is being quenched. And he's asking the ministering spirits, his angels, why has the salt lost its taste? And why is the light being darkened? And why is the fire being quenched? And the angels are reporting back to their master and say, Master, Satan, the one whom you cast down to the earth, is causing that. And then God is sending the ministering spirits, go and investigate and find out, why is this happening? The angels are coming back from earth, reporting back to God and say, we have found out why. So here is what the angels have discovered when they came down to the earth. They came down and they saw Satan at work. Now back to heaven, they are reporting back to God, we have seen Satan at work. He's the one who's quenching your fire. He's the one who's making the soul to lose its thirst. He's the one who's darkening your light. And the angels are reporting back to God and say, Satan has made your people busy. Satan has created social medias. Satan has created TVs. Satan has created technology. And your people that were supposed to be worshiping you, kindling the light, igniting the fire, are busy with other things. They are no longer worshiping you. And God is asking the angels, how else has Satan darkened my light? And the angels are responding back to God and say, Master, Satan down on earth has even employed your people. Your people were praying for jobs, and Satan has answered their prayers. And he gave them jobs that even allows them to work even on weekends, on Sunday when they are supposed to be in church, on Saturday when they are supposed to be in church. Satan has promised to double their wages on Saturdays and Sunday because he wants them to go to work when they are supposed to worship. And God is responding to the angels, let us take their jobs. Since their jobs have become their gods, let us take their jobs. Let us remove them into that land so that they may go into their own land, so that they may worship me. So the angels are now here on earth telling Satan, let the people of God go so that they may worship their Lord. And Satan is saying, but I have given them jobs, so I will have to take my jobs. Then the angels are saying, so shall it be. And Satan is taking your jobs. Satan is fighting you. Satan is destroying everything that you have worked for, because he is the one who answered your prayers. He's the one who gave you that job that even allows you to work on Saturdays and Sundays and pay you double. It wasn't God. Even the people in the UK, the people in Europe right now, they are working double shifts, 2 jobs, and they believe it is God who gave them that job. But sometimes it may not be God, because God himself would not give you a job that would rob him his time with you. So right now you have 2 jobs in the UK because the devil wants you to make money and he wants you to be rich, forgetting your master. So the angels now are fighting with the devil and saying, let the people of God go that they may worship God. And Satan is taking everything he has given people. So the reason why life is getting difficult for you now, in whatever country that you are in, is because God is calling you back to your country because he misses your true worship. You have last truly worshipped God when you were in your country, when you needed that visa, and God gave you that visa. And God allowed you to be outside of the country. But when you went outside of the country, you forgot him. You got so busy with social media because in the country that you are currently in, you have so much data, you have so much Wi-Fi that every time you are free, you are busy watching those movies. You are busy watching skits. You are busy watching ungodly things. And from Monday to Friday, from Monday to Saturday, you are busy with your 2 jobs that you do. And when you get back home, you don't have even time to worship. You don't even have time to pray or to read the Bible because you are exhausted. You are tired. And Satan has robbed you time with God. And sometimes you were a problem to the kingdom of darkness when you were in your country, because when you were praying for the entire world, and you were giving Satan a problem. And Satan had a meeting in the kingdom of darkness, and he was asking his agents, what are we going to do to stop these people from praying so much? And Satan said to his agents, let's give them what they want. They are praying for jobs. Let's give them jobs so that they may go overseas. And Satan said, I know when they are busy, when they are working, when they are making the money, they will forget their God. And Satan has opened an opportunity for you to go overseas. But not all. Some of you got an opportunity from God himself. That's why you are still worshiping God in the country that you are still in. But your worshiping God is now limited because you are too busy. Not because you don't want God, but you are too busy with work. You want to make more money so that you go back home. But now for you, how do you know that the job that you have got is from Satan? This is how you know that the job you have is from Satan. The job you have now is allowing you to work Saturdays and Sundays. You are being paid double. But after being paid double, you are making a lot of money, but your money, you are not seeing what you're doing with the money. You don't see any progress. You don't see any change in your life. You're still the same person. The only change that is in your life is the environment. Nothing has changed. You don't have a house. You don't have a stand. You don't have any property that you can be proud of. You are just in the diaspora, just living a normal life. Even though you are earning a lot, but your money is just hand to mouth, paying bills. That's it. Satan doesn't want you to succeed. He can give you a high-paying job, but you will never see that money working. The other reason why God would want you to go back home, I said, it is that he misses true worship from you. Because right now, some of you, let's say people in South Africa, yes, you're going to church, but after you go to church, you come back into your township. Into your township, there is naked women and naked men who are coming from the gyms. They show their bodies, they show their six-pack, and women are lusting over them. And men are lusting over those ngomsos and chomis who are wearing the skin tights. So even after spending a night with God in church, you are still coming back to your lustful location, your lustful environment. You're still coming back to your Sodom and Gomorrah. That's the reason why Lot had to be moved out of Sodom and Gomorrah, because the place was so wicked and God had to destroy it. So now the reason why also God would want you to move back is because he might want to destroy that Sodom and Gomorrah that you are living in. And you, as the wife of Lot, you are rebelling. You are looking back. You're still missing the cucumbers that you were eating in South Africa, just as the Israelites were missing the cucumbers that they had left in Egypt. You too are doing the same thing. But your God is saying, I'm about to pour out the plagues, the 10 plagues in Egypt. God is saying, I'm about to pour fire and brimstone into that country that you are in. So leave the country before I do that, or else I will consume you in that wicked country. So you yourself are not worshiping God properly because this land has been defiled by mermaids. They have caused lust to run this country. That's why there is so much adultery and fornication in this country. Here in this country in South Africa, you don't even know who's a prostitute and who's not, because everybody, even the mothers, are dressing like prostitutes. I am a believer, but I have human eyes and I can see the naked women in the streets. But how can I worship my God? Yet my God is telling me to flee from sexual immorality. But how can I flee from my neighbors? I can go to church and worship God, you are holy, God, you are holy. But when I come back, I see that naked woman with her panties showing. How am I going to worship God? God is saying, flee from this country, because this country has mermaid spirits. So God misses your true worship. You have not been going to church because you have been so busy. You have not been going to church because you are scared of home affairs, that home affairs will pop up in your church and arrest you. You have not been going to church because you are afraid that churches in South Africa are being targeted by criminals. People are being robbed in churches. That's why you have found reasons to not go to church. And God is saying, okay, go back to your country where nobody is going to rob you. So God is saying, go back to your country where you are not going to be working 7 days a week. The other reason why God wants you to go back to your country is because your country needs salvation. Specifically in Zimbabwe, there are no evangelists there. There are no true people who are preaching the truth. So God needs you. You now in the overseas, now you are now exposed to many things. You are now exposed to the true gospel. Now God wants you to go back and preach the true gospel. God wants true evangelism in Honde Valley, in Gokwe, in Masvingo. But right now, the evangelists we have, they are only preaching in Harare. Go back to your village and preach the true gospel. That's why God wants you to go back home. So whenever the people of God would go into a foreign land, God would always have a time where he would call his people back to their land to rebuild the cities. So it is the same thing today. God is calling you out of this Egypt so that you go back to your promised land. You were born in Zimbabwe. You were born in that country that you were born in because God has a purpose for you in that country. You would not have been born in that country if God did not have a plan with you in that country. So why don't you want to be in a country that you were born in? So again, God is calling you back to your country to reunite with your family. You have crossed the border and you are so far away from families that even the families don't even care about you and you don't even care about them. So God is calling you for a reunion. Take the skills that you have in South Africa and go teach your family the same skills. If it is the gospel, go tell the people, your people, be the Moses of your family and take them out of their Egypt. Whatever skill that you have learned in the diaspora, take it back and teach your people. So God wants you to go back to your country because there is a spirit that is called the spirit of exile. This spirit is holding you captive and God wants you to break free from the spirit of exile so that you may not be dependent, but you may be independent. You may be free. You will be more free in your country than in a foreign land. So go back to your country and walk boldly as a citizen and preach the gospel. But here, you are afraid of getting robbed when you preach the gospel. Who wants to go to Kaelisha to preach the gospel? Who wants to go to Guguletu to preach the gospel? Go back to your country, unless if God tells you to go to Kaelisha. You don't do what God did not tell you. You may love to preach, but if God did not tell you to go preach in South Africa, if God did not tell you to go preach for gangsters in Manenberg, you will be in trouble. You have to wait for God. Your country still needs the word. That's why even Jesus himself, when he came, he told his disciples, go first to the house of Israel. So your people first before anyone else. Your people need God first. You can't leave your country and go preach the gospel to another country, leaving your own country empty without God. So I'm not here telling you to not preach the gospel in South Africa, but I'm saying when you preach the gospel in South Africa, still go back to your country. So God is also calling you back to your country because he wants to deliver you from the snares of this country. Let me tell you this. If there's a curse that is about to fall on South Africa, you will be also in that curse. You will also suffer the consequences of that curse because you are in that country. If there is going to be a war in this country, you are going to suffer that war because you are in this country. Whoever is going to attack South Africa is not going to realize that there is a foreigner from Zimbabwe who's here. They're going to attack everybody who's here. Just like if the petrol goes up, it's not going to respect you because you are a foreigner. It's going to go up even for you as a foreigner in South Africa. So you will suffer the consequences of the South Africans because you are in South Africa. If Lot had decided to stay in Sodom and Gomorrah, he would have been destroyed also when God was destroying Sodom and Gomorrah with fire and brimstone. So if there are spirits that are released against the land of South Africa, if there are spirits coming out from the ocean released to the children in South Africa, your children also will be part of it. If there are devils right now coming to South Africa, if there's a satanic agenda coming to South Africa, it's not going to skip your children because they are children of foreigners. They are also going to be part of it. So God wants you to go back to your own country. Maybe there is a spirit of homosexuality that is coming upon this country and it's not going to leave anyone behind. And God is saying, flee from that one. It's coming because I've allowed it to come to that country because it's a curse that I'm putting upon that country. So don't be in a cursed land. I know you believe your country, Zimbabwe, is cursed, but I'm telling you, it is not. What you are calling riches right now, what you are calling wealth right now in South Africa is not really wealth according to God, because this is slavery. 70% of the properties you're seeing here in South Africa, they are not fully paid for. They still owe the banks. The cars being driven in the streets, they still owe the banks. So your country is just nice. Your country is just good. So go back to your country. Even in your country, there are mountains, free mountains that does not belong to anyone, that you can march into and fast for 5 days or 40 days, 40 nights in that mountain without fearing anything. You are safe in your country. You are more safe in your country than you are in here. Here in South Africa, the mountains belongs to people. The mountains belongs to somebody. Even when you light up a fire there, the government will come to you and say, hey, switch off that fire. The other reason also why God would want you to go back, God would want you to fulfill your promises before he comes back. Because Jesus is coming back soon. So you yourself said that I'm going to South Africa, I'm going to make $1,000 and come back. But now it's been how many years? It's been 10 years, 20 years. You are in South Africa. You have made $1,000 long time ago and you are still here. So God wants you to fulfill your promise and go do whatever that you said you were going to do. If you said you were going to help your parents when you come back, go and do that. Go and fulfill his mission. And whatever that comes now, whatever that is coming right now, it must find you in your own country with your own people. Because these are the last days and countries will be tested according to what they have or according to what they have done. There is going to be much purification that is coming. The Antichrist is coming. The mark of the beast is coming. If you are found in a foreign land, you are going to remember this video and you are going to tell me that, where is that Peter? You are going to try to call me, but that time I won't even be reachable because I will be with my God. But trust me, this mark of the beast that's coming, 2028, 2029, going onwards, this Antichrist thing is not a joke. It must find you in your country with your own piece of land where you grow your own crops, where you are farming and doing your own things. Otherwise, if you are still depending on the government or anyone else, that person will also make you receive the mark because they will have received it. So they won't allow you to just enjoy the benefits without you having to receive the mark. They will cause you to receive the mark. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching to the end. I hope you've been helped. I hope you have shared this video. I hope you have liked. I hope you have subscribed. Thank you so much. It is again Peter Mutarani signing out.